Reesa Teesa found out she married a pathological liar who stole his twin's identity.
Wait, he's twins.
Hey, August, don't say that. Forget
you
about
mean
it.
his
Forget. We
twins?
about to watch this stuff.
All right, man. Let's get into this joint, bro.
Let me wish you back.
Quack, quack.
Grab your popcorn.
This is part
Grab your
2.
popcorn,
We're
Kat.
doing a 2-parter for this. If you guys don't know, there's a series on TikTok right now called Who the F Did I Marry? It's a
Who the F Did I
52 part.
Marry?
I think each part is like 10 minutes long. You do the math. I think there's like 7 hours of footage out there because they do live streams. Then they do like Q&As. They do interviews. There's so much going on. So this 52-part series started with Reesa Teesa, who
up,
is the
International
host
Playboy?
of Who the F Did I Marry? And she breaks down her relationship, a
International
2-year
Playboy,
relationship
crazy.
with a master
you
liar, a
guys.
master manipulator. And I'm just going to warn you right now, she does not miss a single detail. Their story is based in Atlanta, Georgia. And Reesa, she finds out that every little thing that her husband ever said to her was a lie. And it's like the most bizarre stuff. It's not even like, hey baby,
know.
I'm lying about this. He would be on the phone for 45 minutes every single morning, but
Talking to
there would be
nobody.
no one on the other line.
Which one?
45 minutes is crazy, bro.
The fact that he's on the phone and
Not
there's
5
no
minutes,
one on
45,
the other
bro.
line.
Talking to himself.
Talking to himself
Insane, bro.
45 minutes every day. And it's not even
That's some fucked up
conversations
shit.
that make
I
him
know.
look good. It'd be one thing. Like, do you remember the fencing story that we did with the fencing Olympian? Okay, at least that scam artist, the time they were on the phone, they're Korean, and they'd be like in English. They'd be like,
Okay, understand. I understand. Okay, okay,
Chicken sandwich.
got it. Chicken sandwich.
I got it. Like, that's what they'd be doing. And it's like, okay, maybe it makes sense because they're trying to be like, I'm an English business person. But this one,
Not bad, August.
it's like, yeah, what are you
I
doing
would stop
today?
banning people.
Oh, you're hanging out with your kids. Okay, for 45 minutes? Are you freaking kidding me?
Like,
doesn't
that
even
is
make
some,
sense.
like,
So I highly
dedication
suggest that you go watch part
to
1 because
lie
I think
like
that
that,
there is
Chet.
simply no way
I hope
for
none of
me
y'all
to
doing
even
no shit
grasp
like that.
all of the important details in a
niggas
small
study that
recap.
shit.
But I am going to attempt to do one in a second. But like, try to keep up because class is in session.
Yo.
And I was thinking about this recently. Like, why is this story so popular? And I think it's because, sadly, a lot of women can relate to Reesa's story. But she is a phenomenal storyteller.
butt in the bag?
I was so hooked the entire time. I literally could not stop listening. I would be in the shower. I would be in the bathroom. I'd be listening to all the things that Legion lied about. And I just want to give Reesa credit because she was so dedicated. She recorded herself talking for over 7 hours. Listen, I'm not complaining.
that
but
concert,
like, people
Playboy.
really underestimate how much your throat hurts after talking nonstop, after being a little yapper. This is what I do. I yap downstairs with my husband. I come upstairs, I yap with my mom, and then I turn on the camera and I yap some more. And by the end of the night, my throat is gone. Okay. The only thing that saves me is my liquid IV, specifically the hydration multiplier sugar-free raspberry
go,
melon.
yeah,
That
bro.
sounds
I
like an
got that.
ad
That shit
because
buzz.
it is.
I got that.
But also, I freaking love this. Like, this is my favorite flavor. It's
Yeah.
new. I used
like
to like
this
the
shit
white
too.
peach the
Yeah,
most.
I
It's
like
a
this shit
hard
too.
toss-up between the
Oh,
two.
yeah,
I
you
really
don't
debate
get
every
down.
Never
morning
had
in the
a
pantry
peach
of which one
flavor.
I want to reach
You're
for
a Frenchie,
because
that's
both
a
of them
Frenchie,
are
right?
so phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. Every single morning, just trust me on this. You get a glass of like 16 ounces of cold water.
Yes,
Fine,
bro.
you can do room temp if you're not a cold girly.
you do
You
be
add
bugging.
in a stick of
Bro,
liquid
that's what keep you
IV. There's
energized
just
for the
no
rest of
better
the
way to
day,
start
bro.
the morning. I mean, you might as well even skip the coffee. I've been trying to do 90
Yeah.
minutes, no caffeine first thing in the morning. Liquid IV. I like to sit in the sun, drink my liquid IV. I feel more hydrated. I just feel more ready for my day. And it's more hydrating than plain water because it has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. It also has 8 vitamins and nutrients.
Now,
And
my
all
mom
of this
put
is
me onto
packed
this
into a
joint, bro.
tasty drink that has 0 sugar and
Liquid
0
IV.
artificial sweeteners.
B, you
I
added
love
too,
the
right?
taste of the raspberry
Hell no.
melon because,
Remember,
okay, so
like,
the
the-
raspberry has this
that one
slight
was, like, green
tardiness to
sachet?
it, but not too tart.
mom
Also, the
always-
melon
yeah.
kind of reminds me of the
Oh,
melon
yeah,
ice
remember.
creams in Korea. Those are really good. Yeah. Liquid IV comes in these super practical sticks that you can take with you practically everywhere. Like, if I'm leaving my house, I never leave my house. But if I do, I have like 5 of these in my bag because the last thing I want is to pull it out and then my husband goes, "Ooh, can I get one?" Or if you love working out, Liquid IV was literally scientifically formulated to replenish electrolytes that you lose while you're sweating. And I'll be sipping on my Liquid IV throughout the whole video because there is time for some Liquid IV. So make sure to check the link in the
That's
description
crazy,
for
man.
Liquid
We went
IV.
from a
And thank you,
vibrator
Liquid
to
IV
Liquid
for sponsoring
IV,
today's
dog.
video.
I'm here,
And
man.
let's
Oh,
get into
yeah.
it. So Reesa meets this man, Legion, on a dating app. She actually meets him through Facebook dating, which, by the
vibrator
way,
getting
Legion is a
liquidated.
nickname that Reesa gave him. This is not his real name. So he takes her out to the Cheesecake Factory for their very first date, but her tire pops on the way there. This was a whole thing on TikTok. Like, they were saying,
Girlie, the universe is trying to give you a sign.
some people were saying, like, it's okay because he came and he fixed her pop tire. It was like a whole thing. But from the moment that they met to the moment that they moved in with each other, which was not a lot of moments. They actually move in quite quickly, okay? I digress. For all of the moments, Legion was the perfect gentleman.
Cooley.
I mean, he truly was. He's a family man. He spends every single day on the phone. He's so busy.
Talking to his grandpa, talking to his grandma, talking to his aunt, talking to his stepkids,
Okay,
talking to
it
his
is
brothers, talking to his
anonymous
sisters.
Like, he's got a massive family and he calls all of them every single day. He's like a telemarketer for his family. He'd be calling nonstop, okay? But everything ramps up when they move in during the pandemic lockdown. They move into Reesa's townhouse and soon enough she gets pregnant. And she's scared because she wasn't planning any of this. They were dating for marriage.
Getting
So
pregnant
she's
by a
thinking, okay,
pathological
you know
liar
what?
is
It's a little
insane.
bit out of order. Like, these are not the steps that I thought it was going to be like 1, 2, 3, but instead it's like 2, 3, 1. But you know what? Maybe it's okay. It's going to be fine. This is going to be my husband
That shit would
eventually.
hurt my feelings.
Now, ever since lockdown, Reesa never had to worry about bills.
go
He's
hurt.
paying the
And
bills.
she was trapped in
I gotta
COVID.
eyedrop it up already.
Baby, don't cry.
Baby, don't cry.
Yeah.
Cry,
What
dog.
do you mean,
You
Dan?
actually look like you're crying, though.
Legion was always taking care of the bills.
Fuck.
So, you know, I know what you were thinking. Like, he's a scam artist. He's trying to get money, but he was taking care of the bills. He always took care of Reesa.
Yeah, how
But
is he
once
doing
they
that,
start
though?
house
That's the
hunting,
question.
this
That
is
nigga's
where
a drug
things start
dealer.
getting fishy. They start looking at houses every single freaking weekend. They go through about 25 different houses, and all of them fall through the cracks for like a multitude of different reasons. A lot of them fell through the cracks because Legion never wanted to show proof of funds.
POF, baby.
So Legion would
Actually,
always brag about money. He's like,
he's
money
using
this,
the
money
nigga's
that,
money
money
from
this,
Social
money that.
Security.
But he would never show
Yeah, niggas
anyone
Social
how much
Security.
money really he had in his offshore account. Not the off-coast account, okay? He had an offshore account. This was the point where the relationship starts smelling real stinky. real
Offshore
fishy.
account.
And Reesa's like, I got a whiff of something.
Honey, I'm so sorry. You got
Yeah.
like some like
I got a whiff.
like yeah, wipe it off a little more on top.
It's just, you're so mean to me. Hey, look.
You're good. You look beautiful.
Reesa's relationship is starting to stink a little,
Bro,
okay? It's
spice it
getting
up,
fishy
quick.
every single day. And Reesa's got a sensitive nose. So she knows that something is very weird about this. She actually starts keeping up with an audio diaries. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. She would pray and then also record like an audio diary where she would just talk about the things that she's feeling in this relationship. It's
what
not
you
creepy. It's
mean,
actually very smart. Now, back to the story though. Just to be clear, Reesa is not oblivious to the signs. She always had her suspicions, but when she starts recording these audio diaries, there is nothing that's so alarming. Like, she's not recording in there and being like,
You know what? This shit went down and it's so dumb.
like, it was always like
Bro, that's
little
tough.
stuff. And they're starting to add up. Like, he always had paperwork or evidence that he had proof of funds, that he had a mortgage approval, pre-approval. It was a lot. So she's staying in this relationship and she's also making sure that all of these red flags, her family doesn't see it. She wants to keep the peace. She's very big on anything that happens in the marriage stays behind closed doors. Like, we don't need to air out our dirty laundry, which is...
Iconic.
Yeah, which now that I say it out loud. So let's
Yeah,
go
that's
through
how
a
it's
little
supposed
bit
to
of
be,
the
though.
promises that Legion made Reesa. Legion would promise Reesa that he was going to buy her a
Unless you
house
want
up to
crazy.
$900,000
Playboy.
in
If you can
cash.
afford it,
He's
do
going to
it.
buy it in cash, liquid assets, offshore account, cryptocurrency,
Damn, he got it all.
Bitcoin.
Amazon drop shipper, like all
got
those
money.
keywords, all of them.
Cash money, baby.
Then he promised to get her a
Okay,
car,
stop.
like an Audi, a BMW M Series. You know what M stands for?
Manya.
Money.
Motherfucking money.
Okay, the
Come
trip to
on, yeah.
London, none of it happened. Not the house, not the car, not the trip to London. I mean, it got to the point where if he promised her, I have 10 fingers, she would have to check for herself. She would have to count one by one. So she
But
starts
I
wondering.
be hurt as hell, but imagine something. Whoa, Pick out whatever Lamborghini you want, nigga. Bro, come on, bro. It's gonna be there in 2 days, nigga. I got you, dog.
Nigga, I hop on that shit fast as fuck.
I'll be happy as hell, bro. 2 days later.
How you say?
Where my shit at? Like, bro, that's some fucked up ass shit, man. Why
So
you
we
gotta
going to
like that?
Tokyo. Oh shit, for real? When we going tomorrow night? Oh my god, yeah, we get ready. I'm about to pack right now. Pack up, man. Pack up, yeah. Pack up. Fucking tomorrow come. I left that shit in the fire, duh. Damn.
Did I say Tokyo? I said Tokyo. No, nigga.
Oh, you know we going across the world? No, we going across the street, Tokyo.
The one in Las Vegas, nigga.
Yeah,
bro.
At the strip.
She'd have to check for herself. She would have to count one by one. So she starts wondering, is this guy just getting off on my disappointment? Like, because he would talk and talk and talk. And then he would get her so excited. And then last minute, he'd be like,
Actually, I can't because the way that my offshore bank account is set up.
like it was a lot. Everything starts to unravel. They end up getting married. She ends up miscarrying. And it's like a whole thing. She does multiple background checks on this man. And let me just give you a rapid fire list of all of his lies. He told her that he had 6 siblings, 4 brothers and 2 sisters. He only has 2 brothers, 0 sisters. That's like a difference of 4. That's a lot of humans.
What's up, Kara?
He also told her that he's a pro football player at San Diego
That's
State.
cap.
He's never played football, nor has he ever stepped foot into the state of California. But maybe he was so good that he would play football in Vegas and then throw the ball so good that it would end up in California. I don't know. Just food for thought. He said that he met his ex-wife and married her in California. Turns out they only lived in Georgia. I mean, this part is really bizarre because it just seems like he's obsessed with the idea of being from California. He told her that his ex-wife cheated on him, so he filed for divorce. Turns out his ex-wife filed for divorce and she never cheated. He also told her that his stepdaughter died of COVID, that his grandma died of COVID, that his uncle died of COVID.
Man, that's so
None of them
fucked
died
up,
of
bro.
COVID. So basically, Reesa finds all of this out and she's now planning her master escape. She's tried marriage counseling. She's tried being civil, but she cannot take any more lies. Meanwhile, Legion, clueless. He's actually completely bedridden. The man suffered a knee injury, okay?
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, you forgot about that, okay? He's in bed nonstop. He's not getting out of bed. First,
nigga the devil,
he said that
bro.
the injury for his knee was from football.
Do we know if he's actually injured? Or?
Yeah, it does seem like he's actually injured. I don't know if it's his knee. I don't know if it's in his mind. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like something is happening because he doesn't even eat.
Do
It's
we
alarming.
know if he's actually not eating?
Yeah, he's like rapidly losing weight.
Oh, okay.
Like alarming weight.
Bro, even
He said, oops. No, but like valid because of all the lies. Yeah, so totally valid.
Even that nigga
But
losing
anyway,
weight is a lie.
He's like, no, it's from football. But then she's like, are you sure? Because I feel like you never played football. And then he's like, actually, I got it from work. Because remember, he's the vice president of
Hey,
a
Michaela,
condiment
thank you for joining
business.
us on Twitch.
So I don't know if he was like putting his knees into it while he's like bottling up the ketchup. Okay, who fucking knows? But it's not just knee pain. He's just losing weight. He cannot eat. He cannot walk. He's relying on pain meds. The only thing that he's consuming is Powerade, but he just keeps pushing off the doctor. And at this point, he's completely immobile. He's laying in bed. Now, the best theory that people have is that
He got sick from his own bullshit.
I don't know. Okay, so while he's bedridden, Reese's got 3 new jobs. Yeah.
Nigga manifested that shit.
Yeah.
FBI, CIA, and Homeland Security.
Reese's just opened up the floodgates of the lies. She got on the phone with Legion's ex-wife Tara, but turns out she's only uncovered 2% of the lies. That's all we know from part 1, 2%. The question now is
2%.
no longer, what else did he lie about? The question is,
98%
what the
left?
fork did he not lie about? Like, that's the
98%.
question. So Reesa ends up hanging up with Tara, calling her pastor, because you know, the man is in the guest room, just on the bed, bedridden. She calls her pastor, who also happened to be their marriage counselor. And this man, I mean, he was gooped, gagged, flabbergasted. Like, he never thought it would be this bad. Like, he genuinely thought it's not a great relationship, but
Wait,
this...
So she told everything to the pastor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the pastor is like, wow. He asks her, do you have plans on sticking this thing out or are you going to end it? And she tells him, hell yeah, I'm leaving. I have to. I have no idea who that man in my guest bedroom is. The comments on this TikTok read,
Alexa, play There's a Stranger in My House. I know the pastor has used your story for a sermon.
Like, we just know. So the only thing that Legion has not been lying about is, like I said, his knee actually does seem to hurt. So Reesa never finds out about what the actual knee pain is about. She's just walking past. She's just walking past the guest bedroom on a daily basis, just patrolling. She's looking at him. She's staring at him. She's trying to figure out the best way to get out of this. He's clueless, just sipping on Powerade, but she's plotting, okay? Legion ends up resigning from his job from the condiment company because apparently, this is what he says,
There were some policy changes.
and he didn't like the policy changes, so he had to resign. It didn't make any sense. He also claimed that he got a new job at Apple. Here's the interesting thing, right? Is that he never turned in his old work phone for the condiment business. And Reesa is thinking, that's a little bit weird because when you quit your job, you have to turn in your work phone because there's probably a lot of confidential information on there as well. So she decides when Legion falls asleep one day, she's going to grab his phone, lock herself in the bathroom, and just go through all of it. She just wants to know what's going on in there.
Wait, so you're saying the work phone or his personal phone?
The work phone.
So he has 2 phones.
He's got 2 phones. Now, the thing is, I think that she went through his personal phones and she did find some stuff. Remember, he was like cheating, but then he was like, it's not cheating because I didn't actually meet up with anybody. I was just cheating on you on Facebook with my words. So shut up.
I was
Like,
just
that's literally what he
texting.
said, basically.
And then this time she's going through
I
his
ain't
work
do
phone
nothing.
because she's thinking, maybe it's not a work phone. Maybe it's his second phone for second girls. She grabs his phone, hides into the bathroom. Now, the data, all there. Rookie mistake. You would expect that a professional liar and manipulator is going to think a few steps ahead, but no. He's still on step 1.
He's not a
Reesa's
Joe
like a
Goldberg.
million steps ahead. Legion is operating on sheer luck and vibes and audacity. Now, we welcome into the story Peaches. Reesa finds a text thread
Who's
that goes all the
Peaches?
way back to February.
Yes!
This is like a
Yes!
month after they get married. They got married in January. And apparently, Legion met a girl named Peaches on a dating app called Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, that nigga's in his 50s.
POF. Proof of funds, bitch. Okay? Plenty of Fish, but also POF, proof of funds.
What a name, too.
Plenty of Fish, it's because it's a Christian dating app. Because, like, the fish symbol is, like, big
Oh, the
in Christianity.
It's a Christian dating app.
It's gonna get crazier. Anyway, the TikTok comments read, when you said Peaches,
Freaky
I threw
be
my
freaky,
phone.
man.
Okay. Which, side note, this is crazy. Peaches is, how do you say
You should put Vaughn's butt on the screen.
employed? Peaches is employed. She's employed. She's a sex worker, right? And, like, nothing's wrong with that. But, like,
man.
Legion is
My
sus. He's
God,
married. This
bro.
is cheating. I carry on. So Peaches is texting Legion her prices. She said $40 for a handy, $60 for a mouth.
Bro, these broke ass nigga pay for some butt.
He said, oh, she a hoe.
Bro, every old head pay for butt.
Bro, you just got married, bro. Why
If
you
age
paying
is
for butt?
30 and if you age is not 30, hell no. If you age is
40 and up.
40 and up, yeah, you
Most
paying for
likely
butt.
paying for butt. But it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nigga, you just got married, bro, my nigga. You got kid all the way. Why are you paying for butt, bro?
That's crazy, bro.
And chat, we're talking about cigarette butts. Come on now, let's get our mind out the gutter. We shouldn't be paying for cigarette butts. And if y'all don't know what a cigarette butt is, look it up, man.
Just say nyash. YouTube does not know what that means.
Yeah, your gummy bears, bro.
Huh?
Fee, but with
Lots
a
of
glove
yash.
on. $80, $60 for
Hold
a
on,
mouth.
wait,
She
hold on.
said $40 for a handy, $60.
Hold on, $40 though.
Bro, can get the fuck out of here.
Hold on, $40. Hold on, $40.
For a mouthy, but with a glove on. $80 for a mouthy with no gloves.
Legion got his peaches out in Georgia. That's all I have.
This nigga got my pictures out in Georgia. Yeah, that shit.
Bro, she don't own that for $80, nigga.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Yo, nah, bro, she selling herself short, nigga. $80, nigga.
Crazy as fuck.
Yo,
Bro, that's the world we live in, chat.
I ain't no strip. And look, but you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with yourself. But when you lowball, I'll tell you when a nigga lowball, bro.
What you mean, low, bro? Are you talking about literally or figuratively, nigga? Motherfucker talking about super low balling. I
That's
balling.
crazy, bro.
I tell you what a nigga low balling.
Yo, she low balling, all right. She
Bob, hold on, when did
Hey,
this
she
happen?
low balling, nigga. Let her low ball, nigga.
Yeah.
You want to get some low balls, nigga.
Okay,
She low balling. Let her low ball, nigga.
better
Low
off,
balling to get below the balls. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
better off starting the OF,
That's
nigga.
crazy.
Fuck that.
I'm here, bro.
That's some cheap ass prices, nigga.
$60 for a
Bad
mouthy,
business.
but with a glove on. $80 for a mouthy with no gloves.
Legion got his peaches out in Georgia. That's all I have to say, okay?
Now, and like someone needs to make a booklet.
Wait, so what did he pick?
Oh, we don't know, but like I have an idea. I have an
Dehumanizing.
idea. So do you
Over
remember
piece
how
of
Legion
crap.
told
Hell nah, Chuck.
how Legion told Reesa that his stepdaughter died of COVID, which is like that's a lot, right? It's a lie. She's not dead.
And then
She's
you
very
pay for
much
butt
alive.
next day.
But he lied. And then he was like, my ex-wife, she's not going to give her a proper burial.
my daughter, my
so I need to
stepdaughter
send money.
dead, man. Oh,
But
yeah,
you know how my
buy me some
offshore
butt.
accounts are set up. So can you give me $2,000 for the funeral and I'm going to send it to my ex-wife?
Like what? Yo, my stepdaughter just died. Oh, that shit hurt.
Yo,
Man, I need some
peaches.
butt.
Yo, peaches. Let me get a bite of that peach.
Hey, that shit $40. Oh yeah, let me get that.
Got my daughter just died. Fuck. Ah. You said $40. No. Ah.
Damn,
Right.
my mom.
All right, let me give you a jail, dog. My daughter died, dog. Zell, you $40. Dog. My daughter died. My daughter.
Can I get a discount?
$20 for the first time. 20% off. My daughter died.
That's my daughter died.
Yes.
My daughter died.
Shit.
Bro, this nigga is
$2,000
actually
for the
Satan.
funeral,
Yeah, bro,
and
be
I'm
getting
gonna
the
send it
bunda,
to my
bro.
ex-wife.
Bro, he's Satan. No
Reesa
chat,
ends
he's
up giving
Satan.
him
Bro, like,
$2,000.
he might be Satan. I'm not
He
gonna lie to
sends
you.
it to his ex-wife, but he never sent it to his ex-wife because his stepdaughter is not dead. So like, why would she need money for a funeral,
crazy,
right?
Chad.
Correct. Follow my logic here. $2,000. Now,
I said go back 5
because-
minutes and we're missing
because
something.
I'm a researcher.
missing
I'm a
shit? Oh, correction. Hold on. What we missed?
What we missed?
Peaches is how do you say employed? Peaches is
She's self-employed.
employed.
Yeah.
She's employed. She's a sex worker, right? And like nothing's wrong with that. But like Legion is sus. He's married. This is cheating. I carry on. So Peaches is texting Legion her prices. She said $40 for a handy, $60 for a mouthy, but with a glove on, $80 for a mouthy with no gloves.
Legion got his peaches out in Georgia. That's all I have to say, okay?
Now, and like someone
That's
needs
a
to
good
make a
Wait,
booklet.
so what did he pick?
Oh, we don't know, but like I have an idea. So do you remember how Legion told Reesa that his stepdaughter died of COVID, which is like that's a lot, right? It's a lie. She's not dead. She's very much alive. But he lied. And then he was like, my ex-wife, she's not going to give her a proper burial, so I need to send money. But you know how my offshore accounts are set up. So can you give me $2,000 for the funeral and I'm going to send it to my ex-wife? Reesa ends up giving him $2,000. He sends it to his ex.
Correction. Lisa asked Reese if it was okay if he sent his ex-wife the money. So Reesa said sure. But it was Legion's money and he sent the 2K himself.
Ex-wife, but he never sent it to his ex-wife because his stepdaughter is not dead. So like, why would she need money for a funeral, right? Correct. Follow my logic here. $2,000. Now, because I'm a researcher, I'm a connoisseur. I did this for you. If Legion has $80, Legion will purchase the Gloveless Gluck Gluck. If Legion has $60, this is more like a math problem. If Legion has $60, Legion will purchase the less desirable gloved Gluck. But if Legion has only $40, he's gonna purchase the glove massage. Now, hear me out, okay?
Girl math. Legion math.
Legion has $2,000. So why would he, having $2,000 in cash,
Why would
on
he go
hand,
for the cheaper
choose to
price?
purchase any of the cheaper options?
I'm
So the
telling you.
question is, well, how many glug did he purchase?
This leads me to believe that he
Chat is
purchased the
stupid,
Gloveless
bro.
Gluck Gluck 25 times because, and you can verify my math, 2,000 divided by 80 equals exactly 25 on the dot, no tip.
I mean, well, tip.
That's a good one.
So my
I mean,
final
what tip
conclusion
is
is that Legion paid Peaches for 25
said 360
consecutive
Gluck
Gluck
Gluck.
sessions, assuming one Gluck Gluck.
I really went in deep.
Assuming
This
one
nigga
Gluck Gluck
guy.
takes 5 minutes because I'm assuming Peaches is a pro, okay?
Peaches, she knows what she's doing.
That's 2 hours of straight Gluck Gluck.
Man.
Gloveless, may I add.
Also, that's like $1,000 per hour, so Peaches be slaying. Anyway, you're welcome. I'm a mathematician, researcher, Gluck analysis. Okay,
Gluck
I'm a Gluck
analysis.
analyst, data
Okay,
gatherer.
buddy.
Yours truly. Put that on
Okay,
my
get it? No
gravestone.
tip.
Gluck
Yeah.
analyst. Because after this episode, I will be
We got
dead.
jokes today, man.
It was a lot. Now, other messages are Legion asking for where she lives
Yo,
and
this
also
nigga paid
thanking
2
Miss Peaches
minutes.
for her hard work.
2 hours worth of
25 times. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Eventually,
We don't
everything
know.
points
We're
to
thinking
Legion
he did.
actually acquiring her services on multiple occasions.
He at least
so
bought one.
there is evidence that he did meet her up and he did purchase things
Oh, okay.
multiple times.
Okay.
Which, like, okay, wow. Fine. Maybe it's not 25 consecutive times, but 25 sessions nonetheless. When Reesa sees these messages, she's not even phased. She feels like, you know what? I can finally breathe. The last time he cheated, he brushed it under the rug. Remember? It was so toxic. It's gaslighting. But now there is full concrete proof that this man is cheating. So she grabs her phone and takes a bunch of pictures and she starts like texting them to herself. And honestly, she's like probably slept better that night knowing that this man is a lying, cheating butthole.
Man, she turned
But
into a
before she can
FBI,
confront
man.
him,
Shit crazy.
Legion is like, BRB, I gotta go. She's like, where are you going? Legion just
Get that
decides
Gluck
out of nowhere
Gluck, man.
that he must absolutely
That's where he
take a
going.
family road trip to see his family in Philadelphia.
Nah, that nigga try to run, bro.
With her?
No, by himself.
He tried to run
He
her.
drives 12 hours to
go
Philadelphia
get the
with a
milk.
bad knee. I don't know how he does it. I cannot
trying to
tell
get
you.
the
That's why I
kids,
don't know if it's
man.
the knee that's the problem or if it was something else. But he makes his way all the way over to see his family, and he spends about
What
4 days with
family,
them.
nigga?
Risa's back home in Atlanta, and she gets a Facebook message one day from Legion's cousin, Sid. And Sid is like, hey, can I talk to you? Because Legion's back at home in Philadelphia, and he's like talking about some crazy stuff right now.
That's cat.
So
Sid even real?
yes.
Oh,
so
shit.
Risa gets on the phone with Sid, the cousin, and Legion has been telling the whole family in Philadelphia this wild story of why he's in Philadelphia. Okay? Can you even guess what's going on? It's because I had no idea where this was going to go.
Like he was being chased. Someone's like hunting him for money. Bad crowd.
Crab?
Did you say crab? Bad crabs?
Is it bad crab or not?
No. So he tells everybody in Philadelphia that one day he gets home to his wife, Reesa, walks in to their marital home, and Reesa is in bed
right,
with a
sugar
law
bodies.
enforcement
Have a good
officer,
one.
a cop.
Oh my
And to
god.
add insult to injury, Reesa stole all of Legion's money and kicked him out of the house. So when Legion is trying to fight back, like, you don't get the right to steal my money, the officer, what does he do? He pulls out his duty weapon, doo-doo weapon, beep boop bop, okay? And it's like,
I'm gonna bop your ass.
Why would what?
this is so dumb. Okay. He's like, I'm gonna bop your ass, okay? He uses the weapon to threaten Legion to get out of the house. So Legion flees to Philadelphia. He is being chased by a bad cop, bad crab.
Doesn't the family already know at this point that he's a liar?
Yeah, he's sitting there basically being like, so that's what happened. Now, what is the end result of this story? What is it? I need money. Can I
Oh
get
my
some money,
God.
family? That's what he says, yeah. So he tells his family that he needs money, he needs to stay in Philadelphia for a few days, and then he needs to report this officer. So he wants to get this officer fired for his good reasons. He asks the cousins, can you
The
call the
invisible
agency
officer.
that this law enforcement officer works for and file a complaint to start an investigation on the man who stole my wife
And threatened to beep-boop-bop me with his on-duty weapon.
But the cousin called Reesa instead. So Sid calls Reesa. And I thought Sid was going to be like, fuck you, Reesa, for cheating on my cousin. But Sid is like, tell me what actually happened, because I know
I know this nigga be lying.
Because I know Legion's a liar. He's been a liar ever since he's been a kid. Sid
Damn.
said, I didn't even know that he was married. So Reesa is sitting there so stunned. She doesn't even know what to say.
That's how the hell you
he's
drive
talking
12
to his
hours
brothers
without
on a
gas
daily
money.
basis, but then his family is like thinking that she's
That's
sleeping with a
balling.
law enforcement officer. Like, what the fork is going on? And Sid is like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean all of his brothers? How many brothers do you think he has? What are you talking about? He talks to like 4 of his brothers. He's got 2 brothers, and he's got an older brother, Chris, and then he has a twin brother. He has a twin brother.
So there's twin. There's
What's
two of this
crazy
motherfucker.
is that he's not only lying to Reesa, but he's spinning a different story with every single family member. The only reason his cousin Sid called Reesa was because they just felt like that's not what happened. I want to find out everything. Like,
Obi, thanks for the sub.
Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Obi.
Thank you, Obi. Thanks for the sub.
Yo, imagine that 2 of these niggas, man.
called Reesa was because they just felt like that's not what happened. I want to find out everything. Like, I want to know the truth.
I mean, it's
No,
them, it's
at this
still
point,
Legion.
Reesa's
They
already
get
made up
fucked
her
up.
mind. Anything Sid is saying is just confirmation. So for funsies,
That's a
she
lot of
decides to
demons.
give Legion one last chance to tell her the truth. So Legion comes back from Philadelphia. He's laying in bed one morning. His knee hurts again, okay? He just like had a 24-hour car ride, but his knee hurts again. He's laying in bed. Reesa calmly walks in, sits down on the bed next to him. Can we talk? Yeah, what's up? Legion, I'm going to ask you something. Just be honest with me, okay? You never went to San Diego State, did you? I already told you. You never went to San Diego State, and you never lived in California,
Yes
did
or
you?
no?
Of course I lived in California. I fucking showed you the house in California. I told you my dad paid for me to be a private citizen. Okay. I called San Diego State. They said that they have no record of you. At this moment, Legion doesn't even look shocked. She said that his eyes looked empty. Like, he didn't look surprised or scared. He just looked at her blankly. They have no record because you never went there. You've never even been to California, and I bet that you've only lived on the East Coast. Look, I don't think this is gonna work. Now, Legion starts getting emotional, okay? Not because of his love for Reesa or even his guilt, more like in a narcissistic way. He's not gonna let this ruin his life. He's like, what? The marriage? What are you saying? You don't want to be married to me anymore? I mean, yeah, that is exactly what she's saying, okay? And she's like, no, I don't want to be married to you anymore. We need to go our separate ways. We tried, but we need to go our separate ways. Yeah, well, that's not what marriage is. He's like yelling at her. That's not what marriage is. Marriage is, you know what? You gotta fight for what you... She's so calm. Reesa looks at him and says, well, I don't want this, and I don't want to fight for it. I don't want you, and I don't want this. Why would I fight for it?
Yeah.
Legion's like, no,
Welcome,
I'm not
Hobie.
going to give up on us. And she's like, you don't have a choice. So you
have to
should
give
call your
up.
brother
I give up,
or
nigga.
your imaginary sister, and you need to pack a bag. Okay, you need to get the fuck out of my house, and you need to get out of the house today. So Reesa said
Wait, it's her
everything
house?
as calmly as she could. She's calculated. She's clear. She's never mentioned her call with the ex Tara or even the cousin, like nothing. She doesn't even bring up all of the 1,000 other lies that she already knows about. But Legion is not budging. He decides, you know what he does in this moment? He picks up his phone and he calls somebody and puts that person on speakerphone. Like,
shit.
imagine this. Just riddle me this. If you were in a fight with your full-grown husband and he calls for backup in the middle of the fight, at that point, you call for backup with a divorce attorney because that is bizarre.
Who could he possibly call in that moment?
Can you take a guess?
Oh, his banker. His private banker.
He calls his aunt.
Okay.
Bro, it's so weird. He literally is like, Auntie, my wife doesn't want me anymore. She's claiming that I'm lying to her, and I've never lied to her.
What aunt?
The
Yeah, what
way
aunt we
Legion
talking about?
talks, you know what this reminds me of? Michael from Marry My Husband. Like the way he talks to his mom, right? So Reesa is pissed because not only is he lying straight to her face, but now he's spreading lies about her right in front of her face. Like in front of her salad and her salad dressing and the whole main entree. So Reesa just kind of snaps. I mean, she admits to this. All of a sudden, it's like everything turned red. Every fiber of her being went from being calm to just pure rage. Okay, he might as well have been laughing right in her face. Her eyes go wild. Like Carrie from Prom. Do you remember that movie? And then the blood is dripping down her body. And at that moment, Reesa said she was accepting the fact that she probably won't have a job tomorrow, that she's probably not going to sleep in her bed tonight, because she's probably going to be in jail, because she's going to be out for blood. Every part of her body is fucking shaking. This is 2 years of manipulation and it's about to burst. She's rocking back and forth. The adrenaline is just like coursing through her veins and she feels like she could fight every member of the Atlanta Falcons and beat them all the fuck up, okay? She said, I wasn't scared of him. I was scared of me. Oh yeah. So Reesa, she's like,
oh, you want to play this game? You want to be a little bitch baby?
Let me call my mom.
she calls her mom, okay? And remember, Reesa never told
The
her
two can
mom
play at
about
this
all
game.
of the lies and all of the red flags because, first of all, she doesn't want to worry her parents. She doesn't want to be a burden. And second of
I
all,
feel that
she's very
shit. I
big
wouldn't
on
even tell
like,
my
you know, what
parents.
stays in your marriage, you figure it out with your partner.
fact.
So she calls her mom, tells her everything. Everything. Meanwhile, she's scanning the room. She said she's looking at all the objects, the lamp, the TV, the dresser. She's scanning for weapons.
Wait.
She's going to throw the whole dresser at him.
She's gonna try and bonk his ass.
Because if he doesn't get up to leave, shit's about to go down. Blood will be shed. Legion's still trying to find a way out of this. Like,
Boy, you
weaseling
better
out
get
of
out
this.
the house,
But
boy.
Reese's mom tells him on speakerphone, Legion, I am not there to control my daughter. You get your stuff and get out of the house because I think my daughter is gonna kill you.
She might go to jail.
Oh, shit.
So Reesa gave him two options. One, either you leave voluntarily, or two, you leave involuntarily. He's still laying on the bed at this point. Like, he's laying on the bed. He's not even standing up, yelling and fighting. He's on the bed. So, yeah, he tries to come at her and he's yelling, like, you're not gonna do shit. Like, you're talking like you've lost your mind. But Reesa is who I want to be when I grow up. Because when he talks back to her, she doesn't scream back. She doesn't argue. She doesn't let it get to her. She gets up in this man's face, nose to nostril to nostril, nose hair to nose hair, right here. I will beat you like the bitch you are. I dare you to try me.
She egoed him.
Also, if someone did that to me, I would never recover.
She talking like she Batman, chat.
What are the comments? What are people saying?
People are
might be
going
Batman.
crazy. They're like, I'm going to do this from now on everywhere I go. They're like, I'm going to be at Target. They're going to be like, sorry, man, we're out of the Chobani flips.
I will beat you like the bitch you are.
It's just such an iconic line. So Reesa yanks the covers back and starts slamming stuff at the wall. And Legion sees, oh, yeah, okay. Now
Maybe I
she's
should
dead
get the fuck
serious
at
and
it.
she's picking up a lamp. So he finally gets up after hours of going back and forth, back and forth. He ends up throwing a bunch of stuff into two backpacks while Reesa's staring at him like she's like a probation officer. And he's getting ready to leave. He looks over at her and says, you're really going to kick me out?
On my birthday?
Man, get the fuck out my face, dog.
Apparently it's his birthday.
Is it actually though?
Yeah.
Oh
But-
shit.
Bro, it's crazy, but like you actually have to ask that shit. Is it actually though? Come on, this nigga. I thought that nigga was lying, bro. I don't even know what art he called. It's
I was
probably
about to
peaches,
eat
nigga.
one of those, nigga.
Yeah, I think it's on my birthday, man. Shut up.
Are you gonna do this
Oh shit.
on my birthday?
It's a lot.
Does she feel bad?
Stupid bitch.
No.
Fuck out my fucking
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Which I don't think she needs to.
Celebrate outside,
No,
nigga.
yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, but she does feel bad later.
Yeah, happy birthday,
She's
bitch.
better
Get out.
than me. Yeah, she does feel bad. So she immediately starts just trashing
Get out.
everything.
How
Like, she
old are you
wants to
again?
get rid of
I
anything
don't even
that
know.
has
Get out.
Oh, you
Legion's
just turned 6?
fingerprints
All right,
on it. Like,
fuck your
no
mouth.
Legion particles are allowed. She wants to cleanse. She feels this overwhelming urge to reset her home. And she reaches down. Because remember, he was only drinking Powerade. Empty Powerade bottles. And then there's some that are no longer empty, but you can clearly tell they've been opened and they're not Powerade color. They're not blue or red or orange. It's like yellow. And she's like, why does it smell? He's been using the Powerade bottles as his personal urinal instead of getting up and going 10 feet to the restroom. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. So Reesa, she goes.
Oh my god, and he just leaving it in the room?
Yes.
Like what, on the bed, next to the bed?
Yes.
Nigga, yo.
So Reesa kicks him out. She immediately changes the lock.
So this nigga can drive all the way to Philadelphia or whatever, 12 hours. You can walk your ass. You can't throw the damn water bottles away.
Bro, why the fuck did both of y'all pull out a water bottle at the same time?
Hey, but don't do that, bro. I be holding this all day, dog.
Now that
don't
shit
ruin
look
my
like-
shit, bro.
Now
Don't
that
ruin my
shit look
shit.
like it's pee in it, bro. Now that shit stink, bro.
Don't ruin my shit, dog. Don't do that.
Y'all see how like they both pull out water bottle at the same time, bro?
Bro, how
That's
you sit
crazy.
there, but just got a whole bunch of water bottles filled with fucking piss. Just
Sitting comfortably, too. Like, just got a whole bunch of, imagine got a whole bunch of piss around you, so you really gonna kick me out on my birthday? I'm
nigga,
a
yeah.
grown-ass man with piss around me, nigga. You gonna kick me out
I say,
of
nigga,
my environment?
nigga, happy birthday, the door.
Yeah, nigga, like,
It's,
Grown-ass
happy
nigga
birthday.
with a
Get
fucking
out.
background full of piss. You gonna kick
The
me
door.
out of my birthday?
Get out.
The fuck is this? What type of relationship is this? This is dysfunctional.
The brother, what's
Leaving
that,
it in the
brother?
room?
Yes.
Grown-ass
Like
nigga
what,
with
on
piss
the
in
bed, next to the
background.
bed?
Yes.
What?
So Reesa
Grown man.
kicks him out. She immediately changes the locks and she spends the next hour just stripping the entire bedroom of anything that he's touched. I mean, it's not getting washed. It's literally going straight to the dumpster, okay? Because he only took 2 bags with him. He left everything else. So he
Damn,
left
she
his
make that nigga
watches,
throw that
his
shit away?
Jordans, his
If I was her-
WWE championship belts, his suits, his work backpack.
WWE Championship belt.
I feel like it's gotta be AliExpress.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
there was a belt and she threw it away.
Well, okay, and then he has his work backpack, his family photo album, and everything. And the plan was she was considering going on Facebook Live and filming a burn party where she just films herself burning everything. But she saw the photo album and decided against it. She felt bad. Yeah. I mean, she didn't throw away any of his stuff, actually. So she just kind of gathered it. And then when she got to the photo album, she's like, okay, fine. This is messed up. I don't want to do
I would've
this.
sold
So
it,
she does no property damage. 0. No, by the end of the day, Reesa had one last thing that she needs to take care of. She gets out of the house, drives over to the bakery where she had already placed an order. She picks it up, heads to her parents' house, and they eat Legion's custom birthday cake together.
Wait, she made him a gift? A birthday cake?
Yeah, she got him a custom
Wow.
birthday cake.
That's really nice.
Aw,
Prior
more
to
shit, more
this,
cake for
Reesa
me,
had
Nick.
never told her family like the full story. Like she just told her mom on the phone. And even while she's recording the TikToks in 2024, she said that her mom still doesn't know every single detail. I mean, her family always had suspicions about Legion. Like her grandpa straight up told Reesa, like, he doesn't look like a football player. I don't know what that means, okay? But like
What?
her mom just knew also that something just wasn't right. By the way, another thing that happened with the company phone, Reesa would later state that she went through his company phone's photo album.
So not just his messages where he was coordinating 25 consecutive gloveless gluck glucks with peaches.
But also, she went through his photo album and she found a ton of screenshots that he had taken. So it would like be checking accounts with a balance of $9,000, another savings account with a balance of $15,000, a $90,000 company BMW screenshot, like a screenshot of a random house in California. Like there was a lot. A screenshot of a loan approval, an offshore account, literally called the Cayman account, the Cayman Islands.
Joe Goldberg, man.
She sent all of these to her own phone and she Google image reverse searched these bitches and all of them were on Google. It was like on the first page too, which is kind of
Got
insulting.
stock images,
You know what I mean? Like when it's like always the first few, you're like,
Oh, man.
The first freaking few.
You can't even go down more,
I
nigga?
digress. So Risa's sitting back and she's thinking to herself, like, oh my God, like what the fork did I get
You
into
got
with
the
my
first
life? Like
results.
this is not even human. So there is no offshore account. I don't even think there's an onshore account of Legion's, if I'm being honest with you. So all of his bank accounts, they're a lie. His pre-approval for the mortgage, it's a lie. everything's a freaking lie. Turns out the job that he has, it's barely enough to pay the household bills.
Holy shit.
Wait,
Where do you work
She
at?
found out his real job is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What do you
He's
do?
a temporary forklift driver at a condiment company.
You know who I think of? We never got showed what this nigga looked like, but you know who I think this nigga looked like, Chuck? I feel like this nigga looked like him. I genuinely feel like this is what the guy looks like. Just a sad, miserable fucking. His hairstyle's like this, the way his eyes are, everything to the T. I feel like the guy looks like this. Short guy, he's short. He wants to lie like this. Don't this thing look like a fucking liar? He just look like he'll lie to you right now.
Wait,
This is what I picture he look like. He looks like this.
nigga, that's an actual job though.
A forklift driver. He's a fucking forklift driver.
But that's a job. I thought it's just
He
like
got a fucking Mercedes. He got a Mercedes with that.
man, he got the well.
He got a fucking Mercedes with that.
I didn't even know that's an actual job. I thought like it just comes with the lift and shit. You got what I'm saying? Like if you lift, they just give it to you so it can help you. I didn't know there's like actual like a job for that, bro. To lift
That
fucking
nigga look like Drewski, bro.
a forklift driver to lift fucking ketchups and fucking shit. This nigga lift packaged ketchups and packaged fucking Chick-fil-A sauces. And honey mustard and all that. Yes, you gotta be forklift certified. This nigga got his forklift license.
He got a forklift license, bro. A fucking forklift license, bro.
Nah, but that shit do look complicated though, man. It makes sense if you had to get it.
Hey, what's up, Janelle?
Nah, that's crazy, man.
Like, bro, that don't make no fucking
How you doing,
sense, bro.
Jisoo?
And it's temporary.
Bills.
Wait, she found out his real job is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's a temporary forklift
Temporary.
driver at a
How
condiment
the fuck did she never catch this nigga out a forklift job?
Ah, so he does work for the company.
He's just not vice
but he's
president.
like a temporary worker. It's giving Stacy from Marry My Husband. At some point, Legion's aunt calls Reesa, and apparently Legion has been trying to come and
All
stay
right,
with
Sherry.
his aunt, right? But she was just like so
Good night.
confused. She kept calling Reesa to see what happened. Why are you guys breaking up? Like, what's going on with the family? And the conversation would end up breaking Reesa's heart because, like, all the other conversations that she's had with all these people, it's just confirmation that he's a liar. But this one was really sad. He wasn't just lying to Reesa. Legion kept telling his aunt that Reesa had the baby and he was going to go visit her with the newborn baby.
Oh
Ashlyn.
my
That's
god.
too much.
And Reesa had to tell the aunt, like, it's been a year since I've had a miscarriage. Like, that's crazy. He was like, it's a healthy baby boy. And the aunt remembers that when the baby was born, he was like texting her nonstop and just constantly she was asking for pictures. And then Legion would have a reason why he can't send a
I
picture
forgot
right
about
now because, you know, the baby doesn't exist.
Call me Ashley. All right, bet.
So Reesa ends up apologizing for Legion, just like on behalf of her about lying about having a baby. Like, it's just really sad, you know? And it was just heartbreaking. And not just because of the aunt. Like, imagine how Reesa must have felt to hear that. It's like forcibly bringing all those memories and emotional scars back up. Like, for what? Like, what was the reason for this lie? There's no reason
What was
for
the
it.
reason?
So at this point, Reesa had talked to Legion's aunt, his cousin Sid, and she's learned that he's burned bridges with almost everyone in his family. Like, nobody trusts him enough to borrow money. Nobody even trusts him enough to let
wonder
him sleep on
why.
their couch.
This is a
Sid, the
fucking
cousin,
lie.
tells Reesa, you need to talk to Chris. Who's Chris? Legion's actual older brother. He's the one that's going to give you all the answers. So she gets up on the phone with Chris and she's just trying to figure out what's true, what's not true. And here are the things that are true. Both of his parents are dead. He does have 2 real brothers. Everything else is a lie. Now, just a side note, most of the lies that Legion told about his family were exposed by both his cousin Sid and Chris, the older brother, but like we're gonna go through them all. Reesa would ask Chris a lot of questions like, was your dad a retired police officer and pastor? Legion had told Reesa that his dad was a retired officer from the Philly Police Department, okay, Philly PD, and that his mom was a retired teacher, and then they moved back to Georgia so that the dad could become a pastor and he started his own church. Reesa even remembered going to church with him, and he's like, this is my dad's church, but I can't let them know that this is my dad, basically. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And the brother is like, no, our dad was nowhere near a church. He never stepped foot in a church ever since the day that he was married at the chapel. He's like the furthest thing from a pastor. Our dad was a correctional officer for maybe a little bit, so he wasn't a cop, but his main career was a truck driver. She asked, when did you last speak to Legion? Because Legion talked to his brothers every single day. And Chris said, I spoke to him 6 years ago, after our father's funeral. Maybe Legion was talking on the phone, but it wasn't with me, because he knows that if I ever see him or if I ever talk to him, I'm gonna whip his ass. I didn't even have an idea that he had a wife. Like, that's how bad it was. So at this point, Reesa is starting to feel crazy because Legion supposedly talked to Chris every morning at 6 a.m. every morning, talking, laughing, cackling, like cracking these jokes.
No, that's mental.
30 to 40 minutes at a time. But no one was on the other end.
What does that mean? He might as well have been talking to a fucking banana at this point.
No, ain't no way.
The
He's
TikTok
gotta be
comments
talking to
read,
some other
this man committed to talking to air for
There's
a
no
year
way, bro.
every
Bro,
single
he
day.
talking to the
He
demons,
burned bridges
bro.
and just created new ones in his own head. The way he's talking on his phone, I know Siri was confused. What if
Nice
Legion is under my bed right now? Y'all, I'm scared. Okay?
Nah, that
Why are
nigga-
he's like talking in the middle of the
he had to
series?
have
Like,
been
yes.
talking to somebody.
That nigga's talking
That
to
would be
demons,
bad.
bro.
Legion having 40-minute phone calls with the printer. So Chris also said the only family member who still speaks to Legion is his twin Alex. And that's only because he helps Legion out when he needs it. Maybe it's like a twin thing. I don't know. Legion only calls Alex when he needs money.
20.
So his twin is Alex. Legion said that he has a brother
Twin's
that's
not
2
like
years
a-
younger than him.
Yeah,
Turns
she's very
out it's just his
fucking
twin Alex, who is actually 20 minutes older than Legion. Anyway, Legion would end up basically taking Alex's whole personality.
Bro.
What?
So Alex is the vice president of his company. He's married.
No
He owns a
way.
luxury company car.
Wait. This plot twist is.
What if
giving
he's
me
jealous,
goosebumps.
bro?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, yeah.
And they're identical twins?
I don't know if they're identical, but
Okay, that's creepy.
What if
yeah.
he's
This
jealous
is like
with
a
his brother,
horror
bro?
movie.
And he lives in a big house and everything Legion wanted to be.
He was
So,
Oh my god, you're
Damn,
kidding
bro, that's
me.
crazy.
no.
Actually, kind of
So
sad.
everything is true. It's
It's just for his brother.
Wow.
Let me find out he stole his brother's social
Oh my
security.
god, this
bro.
is crazy.
bet.
It's
That-
like crazy,
that's actually
creepy,
kinda
and sad
sad.
all at the same time.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
that's
It's just
actually
a
kinda
lot.
sad.
Okay.
Yeah. So Reesa would basically ask, who the
Wow.
fuck is Legion then? And Chris said, I don't know. Legion never had money. He never kept a job for a long period of time. He's never been to California. He's never so much as thrown a football. Legion's just always kind of been a liar. Now, one TikTok comment gives Reesa advice for her geographical state, and it reads,
Honestly, Reesa, if I were you, I would move to California because it's like the only place we know he won't be.
So anyway, Chris basically tells Reesa the same thing that Tara the ex told her, and everything he said was a lie. That's it, point blank. But Reesa is like, how is that possible? Like, it's mind-blowing to
Michaela.
think that
Thank you
everything
for
that you
joining
know
us.
about someone is a lie. And
Have a
also,
wonderful night.
how is it possible that he's on the phone for 40 minutes a day? People are still hung up on this. We don't have an answer. And then she's like, well, how's your daughter Egypt? Legion apparently had a niece named Egypt. They even bought her birthday gifts before and then shipped it. Like, she was there when they shipped it to St. Louis, okay?
Oh my god.
Where the fuck did they
And he's
ship
like,
it to?
Who the hell is Egypt? There's no Egypt. Chris doesn't even live in St. Louis. So where the fuck are these kids' shoes going to that they bought?
That's insane. She just be sending shit to random people's house.
Yes. Side note, Chris does have a daughter, but they don't even live in St. Louis, and her name is definitely not Egypt. So Chris asks Reesa,
That is insane,
what
bro.
family did you meet? Like, what family members? And then she's like, well, I met y'all's aunt. And he's like,
That's not our damn aunt. That's my mom's best friend, and I don't trust that bitch.
yeah. So, like, it's just weird. Why is Legion hanging out with his mom's friend? Like, why are they going along with this? Like, what is happening right
The
now?
brother don't
Chris
trust
would
her.
end up breaking down the whole family tree. And Legion's parents had 3 boys, and the rest of the family members that she's hearing about, they're all pretty much lies. He also lied about having half-brothers. No, he didn't. Those 2 sisters, they're not his sisters. Like, cousin Junebug is dead. Yeah, apparently he would talk on the phone with a cousin named Junebug. He's actually
Going on,
dead.
Junebug?
Yeah.
You can be on the phone. Yo, what's up, Junebug?
Grandma did die, but not of COVID.
You still not there?
Died,
All
but
right.
not of COVID. So it's just like anytime Reesa would get close to cracking him in a lie, he would lie that somebody died to just divert her attention, to distract her. It was a lot. Like, it's his favorite playing card. And now all Chris could do at this point is just kind of sympathize.
"Dang, I know a Junebug."
Like, he didn't really know what to
There's a
say.
lot of
He was
Junebugs out here.
apologizing for his brother, but also at the same time, Chris feels, I'm sure to a degree, victimized by his own brother. Like, it's a lot going on. And then at the end, he ominously just kind of tells her, just run a criminal history and see for yourself. So, you guys, it's about to get crazy. Meanwhile, Legion has no idea that Reesa has already talked to 3 of his family members at this point, and after he gets kicked out, Legion would call Reesa nonstop trying to make their relationship work. And Reesa would just scream on the phone like, why did you even marry me? And he said, I had to. I knew that in order to keep you, I had to marry you. Why didn't you tell me that you had a twin? I don't know why I lied. Why did you get fired from the condiment company? I got fired because I helped a truck driver that I wasn't supposed to help. Why did you tell your aunt that we had a baby? I never told her that. She's old and she doesn't know what she's talking about. Were you ever arrested as an adult? Nope. So you've never been a weekend jail? I don't know what that is. Since he's not telling the truth, okay, even now, Reesa went to the only place that is going to give her answers, his backpack. So the backpack is sitting in Reesa's house, and Reesa would just comb through that thing. She found a pay stub from the cemetery. Oh, yeah, he worked at the cemetery as well.
Oh, okay.
That's probably
Yeah,
what's
so he
going
worked
on.
at the
Wow.
cemetery. And remember how he took her to go
Them
see his
demons-
grandparents? That was a lie. He worked there. So
Them
basically,
spirits
he just
fucking
took her
with-
to some random dead people's graves and pretended like they were his grandparents.
Them spirits
that's
haunting his
sick.
ass, bro.
You know?
He went through the place, found something that probably matches the description.
Yeah, and the dates and like, yeah, she found his
That's
old
crazy. That's
driver's
somebody
license,
else's
and the
parents,
address
bro.
on the
This
license
nigga's
was the
crazy, Chad.
cemetery, which is kind of freaky. And Reesa never found out why. He had unemployment paperwork because he was getting unemployment for the 2 months of them being together. So Vice President he had a separation notice from the condiment company because he had been fired, and he was working as a temporary forklift driver. And there was a receipt for weekend jail. Now, weekend jail receipts means that someone at one point was in jail. Yeah, that's what it means. But like on the weekends, basically like
The weekend.
yeah, basically weekender jail is where offenders can hold full-time jobs on the weekdays, but they have to return to jail on the weekends.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a whole
What
thing.
shit is
And
that?
she's like, you went to weekender jail. And he's like, no, I didn't. Reesa ran a criminal background check on him, and his records would show that 1, he had a suspended license, 2, he had a suspended registration, 3, he had criminal trespassing on his record, and 4, his probably the worst crime of all, felony, was impersonating an officer.
Damn.
This is so unhinged, but apparently Legion went over to an apartment building in South
Fucking
Atlanta,
felony?
and he went knocking on
Tell
door
him,
to
Joe
door,
Goldberg.
and he told people that he was an investigative officer and
you
that he
ass
was looking
nigga.
for drugs. He would show a badge. The badge had his last name on it. Anyway, Legion would proceed to like put on a whole show. He tried to pat someone down. At one point, he tried to enter a woman's apartment trying to search for drugs. Luckily, and like, what are the odds of this? But that woman works for the local police. So she called the office and was like, what the fork's going on? Why did you guys send someone to like just randomly check for drugs? Because you can't do that. And they're like, we didn't do that. So they arrested him on the spot. That's how Reesa found out that her husband was a convicted felon.
Yeah, he a copycat.
It's crazy. Like, we went from vice president to inmate Legion. I mean, Legion honestly could have been an actor at this point. But this is the part of the story where the timelines start merging. So in the Legion storyline, she's finding out that he's a whole criminal record. But in real time 2024, she's like telling us about everything, right? Present time. Yeah. But also, there's a problem.
Ain't that a form of
another woman on TikTok doxed autism? Legion.
I think so.
What?
Yeah, exposed his identity to the world, even though Reesa begged everybody not to search for his identity. She said that it would just put her in a position where Legion could sue her. It would not be safe for her because she doesn't know what Legion's capable of and how pissed he would be if he gets doxed. It went against everything that she wanted.
Wait, so Legion is not the real name?
No.
Hell no.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
someone
so, 'cause
doxed
I'm like,
Legion,
but what type of
and
parents
that
would
girl is
name
just getting
their
a lot
child
of hate
Legion,
for
bro?
doxing Legion. But
That's
I
a
mean,
demon
last
name.
time
That
I
nigga's
checked,
probably
she's just
possessed,
doubling
bro.
down.
Deadass.
She did
That's
not
a-
take down
that's
her
a
video,
demon
and people
name,
are in
bro.
the comments like, you and Legion deserve each other. You guys are both
Legion is a
pathetic.
group of demons.
Yeah, a group of demons.
So at this point, Reesa doesn't know if she can finish this story. It's taking a toll on her mental health. I mean, just reliving the experience and telling her stories are already overwhelming, but now Legion's been doxed. And then like there's all these random people that are side characters in the story that are coming up and like giving their 2 cents. It's a lot. Reesa said, it's been brought to my attention earlier
that nigga
today,
real
and
name,
yes,
bruh?
I'm aware.
Better
I
search
had to
that
make a
nigga.
decision whether or not to finish and keep my word or to stop and disappear. So let's finish. Reesa wants to finish what she started, okay? So she takes us back to the Legion timeline where he gets kicked out, and she wanted to file for divorce. And he told her that he's in Philadelphia, but he's going to be back in Georgia, and she needs to know when because she wants him to sign those freaking divorce papers. Now, the last and final step is that divorce settlement. And he just keeps pushing it off and pushing it off, and she's so confused why, because it's not like they have shared property. They don't have shared assets. This should be such an easy done case. 1 week after Reesa kicks out Legion, I mean, this is the first time that she's going to see him, and it's to sign divorce papers. It was bad. He was wearing the same clothes that he was wearing when he got kicked out 7 days ago. His nails were long. She said that he looked and smelled like he hadn't washed his body in at least 3 days. Reesa would say he stunk. He smelled like the Chattahoochee dump on a hot summer Georgia day. And he used to be like a size 3XL, but now he was probably a large. So he still wasn't eating, and he almost looked emaciated. And so for a moment, she doesn't even recognize this man. So her heart kind of broke. I mean, it was painful, but she's got to push forward. Like, what is she going to do, right?
Dang.
They meet up at a UPS, and they get a notary to sign off on the divorce. He doesn't even read the divorce papers. He just signs them, and that's it. And as they're walking back to their cars, she can just tell he did not go to Philadelphia to be with his family. He was sleeping in his car. So she asked him, have you eaten anything? She gave him $5 to go buy some chicken nuggets. And it was just, yeah, it was just kind of a sad situation. At one point, Reesa noticed that she's getting an allergic reaction on her finger because, and like, honestly, this is going to make it not so sad anymore because she's allergic to nickel. And remember how he gave her such a shitty proposal where he basically just threw the ring on the table and was like, you want to marry me? The ring that she picked out was from the Mall of Georgia. Well, he actually bought her an engagement ring on Amazon for $34.99, $35.
Wait, I'm confused.
They went to the Mall of Georgia. They picked out a ring, and then the people were like, we're going to ship it to you. And I guess he probably called and was like, don't ship it to me, and then ordered one on Amazon.
Oh my god, so he ordered like a $30 ring.
$35 ring.
Oh.
Hey man, she ain't
It was
complaining.
really rough.
Know what I'm
After
saying?
he signed the
She
divorce
liked it.
papers,
She
he just
liked
kind of
it.
fell off the face of the planet. So Reesa starts getting nervous for him because he's living in his car. He clearly doesn't have enough money to pay for anything, like especially food. She starts reaching around to see if anybody's been in contact with him, just so she could get, I don't know, like proof of life, right? Everyone she reaches out to wants nothing to do with him. She said it was actually kind of a sad moment. Like, as much as she was so upset with him and as much as she hated him for what he did, it was pretty sad. And in the 2 weeks that Legion disappeared, he had checked himself into a behavioral hospital. And once you're admitted, they take your phone away. But he did not admit himself because he wanted mental help. It was for shelter. It's the middle of July in Georgia. It's hot. It's damp. It's humid. So for 2 weeks, he's there to get out of his car and just have like a bed to sleep in. But he would lie to Reesa later, and he would say that he admitted himself because he was having some dark thoughts, which I feel like if that's not true, that's pretty messed up again. You know, it's like pretty manipulative and messed up to lie about that.
So she knew immediately that's why he...
No, he told her later.
Oh.
Yeah, but it seems like that's why he admitted himself, yeah. Now, anyway, after 2 weeks, he starts going back to blowing up Reesa's phone. He's calling her, texting her nonstop, basically being like,
Hey, babes, I'm coming home.
No, the fuck you
and
not?
she's like, what the fork are you talking about? This is where it gets crazy. He's got legal right to come into her house because they're married. It's their marital home.
So they're divorced.
Yeah.
But it takes time to process. They filed the divorce papers. It was not approved by the judge yet. So she's got to wait for it to get approved. Until then, she even went to the police, and the police told her, you've got 3 options. Let him in and live miserably together, let him in and stay in different rooms, or let him in and we can film everything in this house so that you know that it's the way that it is when he leaves, and then you can leave.
That's
But
crazy,
either
bro.
way,
You
gotta let him in. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it.
You have no choice, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. So she
Yeah,
starts
put a
freaking
camera in
out.
my
And
house.
remember how she used to work for like the Georgia Patrol, right? Well, she's talking to them about like, is there anything else I can do? Because I don't want to let him into my house. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, out of
And
all
they
those
actually
3,
look into
which
it.
one would y'all pick?
They find out that he has an active warrant for his arrest.
Oh, what the fuck?
He broke his probation. So they decide simply to arrest him. He gets arrested in the driveway of Reesa's house. Like, neighbors are coming out, they're filming the whole thing. Like, it was so embarrassing, she said. It was just really bad. And at the end, he's like getting upset with her. He's like trying to confront her. He's like, I just want to get my stuff. I just want to get my TV. Reesa's like, the TV? You gave me the TV in the divorce. And then he's like, yeah, that TV. Like, I'm sorry. I'll never bother you again. I just need my stuff. And Reesa flips out. She starts screaming, you have me out here with 4 fucking police cars. You have embarrassed me to no end. You've made a fool out of me. Fuck, you're sorry. I never want to see you again. Yeah.
Man, you get the fuck on,
So
man.
Legion gets arrested, and the officer told Reesa that he was having like a full mental breakdown. So it was a lot. It was a lot. And that same day, Reesa would check her mail, and the divorce was finally approved.
Nah,
And
thank
she
God.
broke down. Yeah.
No, that's kind of damn, bro. No, actually, that's kind of sad because on the same day the marriage shit got approved, that's when they arrest them. So it's like,
Right, it didn't say that on the same day. Is that what she said?
yeah, it's on the same day, right? Mm-hmm.
That same day,
Yeah, the
Reesa
same
would check.
day. She would check her phone and then the marriage shit is approved. So if she would have waited one more day, he would have never been in the house no more. You get what I'm saying? Like, he would have had to move out.
But now you got.
But now he arrested. You know what I'm saying?
It made the situation worse.
Cause she was trying. She was trying to get that nigga up out of the house because she's like, nigga, I ain't leaving with. I'm not about to live with this nigga, bro. So they found some shit on him and got him up through that way. But if she would have waited one more day, he would have been gone. Man, fuck all that. That shit, fuck it. The nigga is crazy.
Check her mail, and the divorce was finally approved. And she broke down. Yeah. It was just rough. It was just really rough. Then he did try to reach out again by calling her new workplace, but she threatened him and said, if you keep contacting me directly or indirect me, I will get a restraining order. And that was the last time they talked until
That's
the
crazy.
TikTok series. So Reesa finally comes to terms with the simple fact that Legion never loved her, does not love himself. He doesn't even like her. He liked the fact that he could manipulate her. And she doesn't feel like the same person that she was before. She said that she's like a shell of a person. Like, it was so much trauma for 2
Itachi,
years.
bro.
He not only wasted her time, but it was
Naruto.
just, it was a lot going on. It was like a level of cruelty that she never expected from another human being. And Reesa just Didn't really understand why someone would do something like this, but she later said in a TikTok that the older brother Chris stated Legion was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia when he was younger, but as he got older, he refused to take his meds.
Well, Juliana,
Lisa
you just
had
got
no
your
idea
answers,
about
dog.
any of this. It was a lot. So I don't know if that's what's going on here. I don't know. But get this.
Legion is a self-proclaimed relationship coach on Instagram.
He said he's a relationship coach on Instagram. And I'm just going to summarize some of the stuff that he says on Instagram, but like he acts like he's talking to a female audience.
Which I guess he is because I was listening, right?
Wait, so he's famous on Instagram now?
Not famous, but like he's trying to make a career as a relationship coach. Legion wants women
Man, who's
to know
gonna
that
believe
it's
that, though?
okay for us to be emotional. And when I say listening, I mean like I'm literally listening with my ears, but I'm not listening as in I'm not
I'm manipulated. Nobody's gonna
internalizing this
believe that.
information. It's wild. He said, women, it's okay for you to get emotional on your period as long as you don't make your man feel it. Because when we act like buttholes, they are going to feel it. And then later, Legion goes on to talk about Reesa. He basically states, and this is wild, that Reesa took advantage of him and essayed him, that she cheated with a man named Bradley, and that's why they got divorced. He showed his divorce papers and called everybody haters. He said that there's two sides to every story, and Google is wrong sometimes. He even we think it's doctored messages between him and Reesa and made it seem like Reesa had HIV. The messages read like this. Legion goes, Reesa, why are you lying on me? You know that's not right. I need to pay my rent. You could have asked me for money, Reesa. You didn't need to lie on TikTok for clout. I'm sorry. I spent my money on HIV treatments. I have HIV now too because you messed around with Bradley and got me sick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done to you, Legion. Legion says, I'm a man of God, so I forgive you. And then Reesa responds, can we fool around again? Legion responds, you got me sick and I'm keeping it peace, so you got these people hating on me, attacking me on the internet.
Wait, what is this, text message? He screenshot text message?
Yeah, but they seem like very fake.
Look at shit, fake as a bitch.
Bro.
Oh, sorry,
I ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
like very fake.
That's that nigga right there. Devontae, pull that little shit out again. He kind of looks, I ain't gonna look.
What I tell you, Chad?
He kind of look like that nigga, but I ain't gonna care.
What I tell you, Chad?
Kind of look like that nigga.
What I tell you, Chad? Was I wrong? I wasn't too far off, right? I told y'all. I fucking told y'all niggas, bro. He looked smack dead like this nigga. Look.
Yeah, that's that nigga.
That's crazy.
I tried to fucking tell y'all niggas, bro.
Yeah,
I tell y'all, like, nigga, that's why I pick. Like, I'm telling you, nigga, I
No,
got
that's
good
wrestling.
senses.
No, that ain't wrestling. I'm talking about this picture right here. This
I got
TikTok.
senses,
This
bro.
is wrestling right here.
I got senses. I tried to tell y'all, Chet. I knew that's what he looked like.
He actually do look like that nigga.
Bro.
Oh, sorry, I'm keeping like very.
What is this, text message?
Yeah.
He screenshot text message?
Yeah, but they seem like very fake.
Oh. Bro.
Oh, sorry, I'm keeping it Peaches, is what he said. Like he's like dating Peaches now or something.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. It's
You don't
a
gotta
lot
pay no
going
more.
on. And then he came out on TikTok to say that he's suing Reesa, and like it's just there's a lot going on.
Oh my god, this is ongoing.
Yeah, and the comments on Legion claiming to be suing Reesa are lawyers gonna ask for proof of funds, and it's gonna be a dead end from there. Yeah, there was also one point where he faked a project with Netflix. Like
That's
he
actually
green
funny,
screened
right?
himself into the Netflix headquarters and was like, day 16 of filming, I'm exhausted. Like, y'all gonna see who's lying when this story hits the big screens.
About what's going on? Wait, so
Nah,
everything he's
there's
doing
something wrong with
kind
this
of is
thing,
like
bro.
proving
Bro,
the
this
story.
nigga-
Yeah, and then like his TikTok got banned. So he went on to have like a whole interview. It was just a lot. People are commenting, Legion is the CEO
That's
of the
still her
Red
dog
Flags
in the back.
Bro, that's
Association, y'all.
Frenchie.
I'm
It's
scared.
Jewish.
I feel like Legion is in my closet. Legion lie like a rug.
What does that mean?
He keeps lying. And like a rug, you lie it down. Yeah, it was
that's
a lot.
bad.
So he does this really long interview, like 2.5 hours long, okay? And I think I need therapy after listening to it.
2.5 hours?
One of the top comments is, for 2 hours straight, this man managed to answer 0 of the questions. That is honestly a talent. Like, he honestly could have been a politician with the way that he's doing it. But he's just, like, refuting everything. I mean, he's just being like, I do own a house. Reesa's like a money hungry girl that wanted me to buy her a house and wanted me to buy her a car, but she doesn't even understand the value of money. Like, he was just saying a lot of these things, saying that he's not a liar, Reesa's a liar, like all of this. Like, Reesa essayed, like, just a lot. Reesa cheated on him. And then he's like, oh yeah, the whole brother thing where I lied about having brothers. I wasn't actually lying because
They're my brothers. They're my bros.
it's crazy. He also
brothers and sisters.
he did state that he does have
You
an
gonna watch
offshore
that
account and all of
2-hour
these
ass shit
things, and how
with
he makes
no information.
$93,000 a year, and Reesa only makes $33,000. And his ultimate end result of all of this, like his takeaway from this situation with
shit got
Reesa,
me
was that
tired, bro.
he needs to marry someone on his same income level. Basically saying that because she's so broke, she wanted all these things like a house and a car, and he didn't want to give it to her, so now she's spreading lies. Like, that's the vibe he's trying to give.
Bro.
I don't even know what to say right now. I don't know what to say. He also states that he's
This nigga
dating a
make
new
me
girl
sleepy.
and that she's like his ride or die. Her dad works for the FBI and was able to background check him. Yeah, and then there's parts where he'll like talk to her during the interview.
No.
And you can hear her laughing in the background, and people think it's a laugh track because it just doesn't sound right.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's just a lot. I don't know what else to say about it. But Reesa's moved on. She's not like responding to him. She's not letting this bother her. Like, she's finally
That's what
got
I'm
her
saying, bro.
blue check mark on TikTok. She got re-added to the creator fund
Period.
because like
She's
briefly
broke,
she was
but you
taken off
sleeping
of
in the car.
it. So
All
people,
right,
there
buddy.
were speculations about how much money she made with these like 52-part series. She made like no money. Yeah, she made no money because she was taken off the creator fund, but now she's back on it. All these car brands have been reaching out to her, trying to use her as promo because like the whole car saga, right? But then it ended up not working out. People got really mad at BMW because they kept being up in her comments, trying to be like, we'll get you a car, we'll get you a car. They kept using her as promotion, and then they never got her
Imagine
a car.
BMW have a commercial.
So-
Don't be a liar,
That's
be a
what I'm
buyer.
saying. Like, get the girl a
That's how they
car.
would
Get
promote
her
her
an M
shit.
series for that
We
motherfucking
are
money.
Legion.
I don't know what to say.
Don't be
Yeah.
a liar, be a
Anyway,
buyer.
all the comments are like plot twist.
BMW
Buy
is
BMW
pulling a
today.
Legion.
Better
But
than
Reesa's
me.
redemption arc is just getting started. Yeah, she's doing everything on her bucket list. She made merch that says proof of funds and I survived Legion
Oh, yeah,
and
she
all
collecting
printer
that
no
bag,
facts. She's gonna go to Europe. She's taking herself to London and
Nigga,
Paris with
I
the help of a
survived
few people
Legion
and like a few
is
companies.
fire, bro.
She's
Yeah,
calling
man.
it hashtag Reesa in
Nigga,
Europe.
what?
Apparently Delta offered free plane tickets. Several hotels offered complimentary stays. Like there's a lot going on. So she was on
Now
Good
she-
Morning America
Look, man,
recently.
she up now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look
Man,
at her
she got
growing
that
into-
money.
At the end of the day,
Hey, yo, let me get a
Growing,
she's
bro.
dollar,
out of her
please.
life,
I want a dollar.
And I
A dollar.
was
Wow,
happy
What
for
a
Reesa.
what a like turning some trauma into like
Yeah, and
Go,
then he's
bro.
trying to like kind of re-traumatize
Came
her.
up off of that
Wow.
shit.
You
Which is
wasted 2
crazy,
years of my
but-
life like that.
Let's
I would
go.
feel
Yes,
all
get
types
her a
of crazy.
BMW.
Y'all dealing with that
BMW.
for
What
2
are
years
you
now.
doing, BMW? BMW stands for
Be more.
Be my wife, bro.
Be my wife, bro.
Be more.
Be my
aware.
wife.
Be more. Be.
BMW, you
Be
need to
more woke.
propose to her.
Yeah, be my wife.
God. But what are your thoughts on
more
this?
woke.
Because that's a bizarre saga. I feel like we don't even have all the answers that we want. Like, was he really just talking to himself? I'm so hung up on this. Was he really just talking to himself every morning?
so he's public.
Bro,
Bro, that
He's
nigga was
also
really
like out
talking to
here.
himself.
Oh yeah,
bro.
he's out there,
Oh my
out and
God.
about, face and everything.
Okay.
Face, name, everything.
Okay.
Yeah. But what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out Liquid IV linked in the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
That nigga.
That's crazy.
That nigga is really, really
Hey,
a
bud.
liar, chat.
It's sad what she went through. You know what I'm saying? But she made a bag off of that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? She made a bag.
That nigga getting that Gluck 3000 though.
That nigga stayed with Peach Dog.
But that nigga getting that Gluck
We getting pitched up, bro.
for free now.
Yeah,
That nigga
for
was
free now.
that
He
nigga,
dating her.
nigga got 100% discount.
Now he probably leeching off her ass too. He was like, hey man. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
she leeching on him.
Nah, nigga, he leeching on her.
Nah, she leeching.
Nigga, she out here doing all the work.
Yeah, she
She
doing the
come
work
back
right.
home to that nigga.
Yep.
Give him all the bread.
Nah, nigga, she leeching. She's sucking she's sucking the life out of that man, so financially, bro, and physically.
Man, that nigga ain't got no finance, nigga. He ain't got no finance. Nigga was sleeping in the car.
That's crazy, bro. Nah, bro, real spill. There's really people in this world that lie like that, bro.
Yeah, I've never, but I know some liars, nigga. But this fucking deep, bro. Like you basically
Like,
create a life for
How
yourself.
many of y'all can sit here
by
and
lying.
say y'all know a pathological liar, bro?
Shit, I do.
But to this point, bro,
nah, bro, to a point like this, bro, where he
Yes.
lied to you for
you get married and everything.
get
You
married.
lie your name. You
Like
fake
he's
your
that
name,
good of a
God
liar to where you
damn.
could believe his whole like it changes your life.
Bro, to the point that this
Nigga.
nigga's on the phone with nobody, bro, for 40 minutes, bro. Who doing that?
Yeah, my ex was talking about all that shit.
Nah, but nigga, you wasn't with her for 2 fucking years.
No, I'm not saying no. You said do we know? You didn't say that you was with.
No, but like I'm saying that's that good of a liar to where it could make you feel like
Nigga, oh yeah, I
true.
believed everything she told me, nigga. Yeah,
What she lied to you about?
nigga, so many shit about her boyfriend, wherever her boyfriend was also Nigerian, wherever, and she was talking about, oh, that nigga like made her do this, do that. I'm not trying to put people's stuff, but it was so many. And
That was all lies, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Nah,
over
but
there feeling bad for her.
But was she
and
talking
shit,
to
bro.
herself on the fucking floor for 45
No,
minutes?
not that, but there was like different people have different. I say, what do you call it?
Experiences.
Psychopathical, lying experiences. So it's like
It's still a pathological.
He's a liar,
liar.
but nigga.
yeah.
But this nigga
Right
is a
here
liar.
Is a NFL liar. Like